I had one.
Okay,
Okay, close.
it works. Carol, are you
Oh,
gonna?
okay.
Yeah,
I guess
I
it's
just,
me
I
today?
guess, yeah.
Okay, it's Wednesday, November 20th. Our Council on Aging Board meeting, call the meeting to order. Okay. Which can't be with us, so it's on me. Okay, I'll call for approval of the minutes
So
of last
moved.
month's meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Okay, public comment, since there's nobody here, I will pass that. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? No?
We're good?
We'll go right on to Julie.
Okay, holiday gift drive went very well. We are distributing the gifts this week to the folks who will be receiving them this year. And the total number of gifts this year has increased substantially because we are actually able to give a very small gift to all the residents at Pine Oaks, which is around 170 people. And then we're also delivering gifts to others in the community, a total of, I want to say it's close to 65. I think it came to around 63 gifts that we had. So total of about 230, 235 people receiving gifts from the COA this year.
That's fabulous.
So
That is really,
a lot of volunteer help to get those out.
that is very, very good.
And then I have an update on the needs assessment. Oh, we have that under old business, so I'll hold that until it's on the agenda. The volunteer needs that we have right now are really the same as last month. We're still looking for volunteer medical drivers, and we also would like additional peer tech support, which is something we've asked for in the past as well. So basically, this would be someone in the community who is computer savvy, savvy with a phone, basic functions of a phone, texting, taking pictures, how to check your email, things like that, so that you could provide some guidance to any seniors who need it. So if they've got a problem or something they're trying to figure out with their phone or their tablet or their laptop, the peer tech support gives them that advice and teaches them how to do that thing. So we have a couple who've been meeting with those who request the service, but we could definitely use maybe one or two more people.
I'm assuming you called the tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they have to do that for a
So the
credit.
The Cape Cod Tech does have a couple students here once a week on Thursday mornings, so we have
That's
kind of
what I thought.
a dual pronged approach to that.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're able to offer a little more in-depth service because they can actually diagnose problems. Like if if your laptop isn't, if it freezes or something, they can do some basic troubleshooting for you.
Does Mr. Oldak at the high school also teach computer stuff? Is that the name of the teacher?
He's not,
He's
no,
not?
it's Steve Cass.
Oh, Steve Cass. I thought he was just media. Okay.
Yeah, but there is another guy too.
Steve might know. Steve Cass is a great resource at the high school.
Okay, great. All right, so our needs assessment update. We have received a total of 1,773 survey responses as of the last update that I got, which was on December 11th. And that gives us a total response rate of 25.3%. The goal is 20%, so we have exceeded that and done quite well, actually. And just to give like a frame of reference, Brewster did a needs assessment last year. Like their results came out in a year ago in January, and their response rate was 23%. I think the populations are fairly comparable, so we're in a good place with that. The stage that we're on right now is UMass is obviously cataloging all the data, they're inputting everything into a database, and they're going to start analyzing that data. And some of that, I think, will inform the future steps of the project. So in the spring, we're going to be doing focus groups with people from the community. And if there are any trends identified in the surveys, they'll be able to ask about that in the focus groups. Right now, and then on our side, I just put together a list of the key informants that they want to interview in January. So a key informant is somebody who either works in the town or with the town closely, who really basically has their ear to the ground and knows what's happening with the older adults in Harwich. So they work with them very closely, and or they have a close relationship with the town and know how the older adults in the community need to use the services of the town. So they're going to do 5 of these interviews, and we picked someone from lots of different categories, so that we've got a good breadth of information that we can collect. So our town nurse, Sue Giselle, is going to do one of them. We have someone from public safety, from the fire department, other on the rescue team. Richard is going to do one of the interviews, to give his input on what he sees from his perspective as the board chair, and then also, he is the chair of the assessors board as well, and works closely with books and admin, so he can speak to that experience.
And are they embedded in the focus groups, or are they a separate thing?
This is a separate thing. So it's going to be a one-on-one interview with someone from the UMass team. There's a structured set of questions, so everyone gets the same questions, which are along the lines of really just talking about their experience. What do they see as the needs of seniors in Harwich? What do they think are the biggest challenges to serving the population? What do they think are the strengths of Harwich? What do we do well? So they're sort of asking, to share their perspective and their experiences. So we'll do 5 of those. Richard, public safety, Sue, and we have someone to talk about housing issues, and we have someone from elder services, a protective caseworker. So she really sees a lot of the biggest challenges, the most high need cases that we have in town. So I've just put that list together, shared it with UMass, and I've also put together a package of our COA usage statistics. So how many rides we've provided in a year, how many people come to programs, how many meals have we served. So looking at what we've done in a year's time and who's utilizing the COA. And then also some basic just information about the COA. What's our mission statement? How many people are on our board? Do we have a friends organization? Where are we housed? Talking about the community center. So just giving a context for who we are and how we compare to other COAs. So that's what we're working on. Key informant interviews will take place in January. And then once those are done, those will definitely inform the focus group. So once those are done and information is cataloged from those, we'll put together a list of focus group people we want to reach out to and offer the focus group to. So we're going to try to recruit some people from the community, seniors themselves, but then also a slightly broader scope with service providers. So, if, for example, if there's a resource that's identified by the key informants that is needed and necessary, maybe we'll try to reach out to an organization that provides that type of service, to see what they perceive to be the challenges to providing it to Harwich, and maybe then we can, bridge that gap. Or if there's a strength, if there's an organization that's identified that we work with very closely, a lot of people utilize it, maybe it's important to hear their perspective and see if they have other things to add. So anything that's identified through the key informant interviews will be used as a springboard to know that we should ask about it in these more detailed focus groups. And the focus groups are obviously they're done in a group format, so it's not the one-on-one interview. It's people sitting around a table and being asked questions, and whoever has something to share can offer it up. Okay, so that's
Very
that.
comprehensive, I must
Yeah.
say.
I think it's like one of the
Touching
best
all the
things that's
bases.
happened. And I'm very happy with the outcome as far as how many people, because it wasn't like a couple months ago, we were sort of,
Yeah.
but, so that's good.
Are they reaching out to a diverse group of people, of seniors in the town?
So definitely trying to. One of the biggest challenges is trying to reach people that don't interact with the COA
Right.
and are so isolated within the community. They may not be paying attention to the surveys that come to them in the mail. They just sort of this is not relevant to me. I'm just going to discard it, right? Or maybe don't have a caregiver who can assist them with the survey if they need one. So people who really have a big barrier to interacting with the survey or with the COA at all for some reason. Being able to put ads in the Chronicle and on Channel 18, to try to get the word out in whatever way we can is really the only way we can try to reach them. There is a goal to try to include people in the focus groups who might have some access to folks like that. So for example, a lot of times within a town, one of the pastor from the largest church might be invited to the focus group, because they're going to see people who maybe their only outlet or their only socialization is to come to church every week, but they're not engaged, they're not seeking services, they're not going to go to a COA or something like that, but maybe they have this one connection and that person can speak to what they see at their within the church. And then sometimes UMass will get kind of creative with it and maybe reach out to like hairstylists or
Right.
people that they're not service providers, but
Right.
they have like a different kind of
Clientele.
access,
Because language barrier is an issue too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why I was asking, are we really reaching out to all of our people in the community?
Yeah. I do intend to include at one person from some of the very local agencies that provide financial assistance. We know obviously they're serving people with limited means, and I think those organizations also have a food pantry. So I do think they see a different set of people than we tend to. And if someone is in the position of needing to access those organizations for help, they probably have a lot to share about how we could help them better. Yeah. So that's me. That's what I got.
that's what you got, okay.
Good job.
Volunteer needs, still need medical drivers,
Medical drivers and peer tech support.
okay. All right. Okay. More or less went over the needs assessment, so I guess we're pretty good with that. What about this, social events? I see you in February.
Oh, yep, we have our first volunteer social
Okay.
planned for February. Sorry, I don't have the date in front of me. But this will be an opportunity for our volunteers to just come have coffee and donuts together and just talk. So it's not a recognition event, it's just, for them to be able to meet, like a meet and greet and
Right.
chat. Yeah.
You can do it around Valentine's Day. We heart volunteers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's clever. We can do that.
It's so obvious.
So I'm gonna try to do this like once every 3 months or so, kind of a quarterly event. So we'll have this in February, then we have the volunteer recognition event, the big one, the luncheon in April. And then we'll try to do something for June and, on and on.
Terrific,
Yeah.
that's great.
The date is in the newsletter, so if folks look in the newsletter, we'll have it there.
Okay, we'll check on that. Okay, so that would be. Okay, is there any new business? No new business?
Volunteer drivers.
No new
Can't
business?
think of any.
No happy holidays, right?
Yeah, but yeah, holidays, yeah.
Okay, have anything you want to add to the,
No, I don't think so, not today, thank you.
nothing? Okay, Angie?
No, but thanks to the entire COA staff and everybody, and wishing everybody happy holidays.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ditto.
Ditto,
Yep.
for sure.
Well, if there's no further business, I guess I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So we're done.
Excellent. 10:18,
Push the
excellent.
button.
Huh?
10:18, excellent.
I haven't broken my record yet.